Alright, here we are back again. Going to make another video really quickly. This time on a ribbon cable. I just hopped into a task force after my task force's operation. And they're doing a Stronghold. And I did their ribbon cable. I didn't choose it. I wanted to help them with their big map, this Tarsier, but they asked me. They said ribbon cable is one that they have trouble with. So I hit the ribbon cable, and I looked in my archive and seen that I've never done a ribbon cable video. So here's my little amateur how-to on how to solo a ribbon cable. All right. Let's view the battle. This is full boosted. Also, ribbon cable is one of those I don't think you can, that you can't do without a boost. You need too much GBE, and of course the troop damage don't help. Now this is uh, a fairly standard ribbon cable, with the exception of right here where you see the shock launcher. This will typically be 4 shock launchers. But this doesn't change anything that I do right here. Actually, I would rather it be. Actually, it doesn't matter if it's shock launchers or boom cannons. It doesn't change anything. And over here on the left, most of the times these 3 flamethrowers will be rockets. So these will all be rockets with a machine gun in the middle or something else. And actually, the fact that they're flamethrowers makes it a little bit more difficult, in the sense that you need more GBE to finish it than you would typically. This will be a 1 shock over here to clear this, but with the flamethrowers it's going to cost me 2, because typically the play is most of the time on all ribbon cables you're going to have this 4-pack of rockets. Sometimes you'll have rockets down here too, which will change the dynamic of it a little bit. But on this ribbon cable, the play is, on most of them, barred out these rockets. We're going to use GBE, Barrage, and Arch to get rid of this 4-pack of rockets. And then we're going to land our troops. We're going to use as few smokes as possible to conserve GBE, stretch them out. We can use 3 smokes to get over here to this pack, and we're going to exit the smoke with a shock. We're not going to smoke to a spot and wait and let smoke dissipate and then shock and go, because with this shielded base and everything we got to clear, we got to get to work quickly. So we're going to we're not going to smoke all the way to the spot. We're going to leave our smokes short of our flare spot, and we're going to shock the defenses as our troops are about to come out of the smoke. Now, what you got to pay attention to is it's not a big deal today, but you want your last smoke at least to be past these rocket ranges. You don't want to get it. Well, never mind. They're going to be dead. But whenever these are 4 shock launchers. This far left shock launcher where this boom cannon is going to be just a little bit past the range of where this rocket is. So you need to keep that in mind. It's always going to be 3 smokes. And then when we come out of the smoke, we're going to throw a shock right on the center of that machine gun. It's going to shock all 9 of these defenses. And then we're going to flare on the machine gun. This is particularly much easy whenever it's all rockets, because immediately after we destroy that machine gun, we're going to flare into the center of these defenses, and then we would be in the safe zone of all the rockets. And after that 1 shock, we just stand there and clear all the rockets. But since we have these flamethrowers, I got to use 2 shocks over here, which uses a lot of GBE. Because whenever I go over here, I'm going to have to spend another shock. But we're going to clear this 9-pack of defenses, and once they're gone, we're going to flare. While they're clearing these defenses, we're going to clear some of these mines that you see me highlighting here. Some of these mines have to go because we're going to flare over just about right in this area. With another three smokes. It's three, yeah, three smokes. I forget if it's three or two. This time I smoked all the way to the position, and then we're gonna flare on the shock launcher. And when our smoke dissipates, we're gonna shock this cluster of defenses and take out that shock launcher, and then flare back left. Now, typically, I would do the same thing that I did over here on the left that I was telling you about. Just leave the smoke short of your flare position and just throw the shock as you're about to come out of the smoke. I didn't over here because I semi-panicked because my dog kind of climbed on my lap while I was in mid-walk, and I didn't know if he was about to knock my pad out of my tablet out of my hand, so I threw a smoke and went all the way under the smoke and waited on it to dissipate. That's 13 seconds that I wasted, a little bit more. And typically you don't have to do that. You can just throw two smokes and come out of the smoke with a shock, and it saves you a ton of time and GBE also. So once you do that, the map's pretty much done. You're just clearing. You gotta try to get rid of. We're gonna clear these 4 shields after that, and then we got to get rid of as many of these boom cannons as we can, because you have these 8 can. You have, well, one normal cannon. It's a little bit short range, but you're gonna have the 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cannons every 5 seconds taking a Zuka from you. So that's 9 Zukas every 5 seconds. So we got to try to distract and clear these cannons to get us over here where we can snipe the core at a 9 o'clock position. All right, now we're going to watch it in real time. And we, like I said, we're barting out these rockets. Okay, the rockets are gone. Now we're going to dump troops. Flare, that's the flare spot you want to go to every time. Delay the hero a tad. It doesn't really matter on this base, but I do it anyway because it's a good habit. Throw the last smoke. And now, as we're about to leave the smoke, throw a shock on the center. Shock all of these defenses. Flare the machine gun. Machine gun's gone. Flare into that spot. And then shot. I let the flamethrower get a shot off. If the flamethrower didn't get a shot off, I would have not lost any troops so far. But because you really need all the Zukas you can save to get rid of these boom cannons, because they really kill a lot of your girls. Now we'll flare over here and smoke. See right here? This should have been the last smoke I threw, and then just threw a shock as I come out. But I threw that third smoke because my dog jumped in my lap as I was going. I didn't know what was about to happen. But usually I would just throw the shock as I'm coming out of that second smoke, and it would have saved me the GBE of that of the 6th smoke, which on 6 smokes, maybe that smoke cost me somewhere around 15 GBE. Now we're just gonna pick up some GBE from the cells, clear some mines around these boom cannons in the core so we can get to it, to set up our snipe over here somewhere in the 9 o'clock area. It's a shame that Britt got killed, because I really could have used her. You could hit battle orders here to speed up the process and lose a lot less Zukas. Because even though they're a single shot defense, whenever you have that many boom cannons in range, man, they just shred you. It's almost a whole boat per 5 seconds if you don't distract them or shock them. And now as soon as I see these girls up here clear that last shield generator, I'll flare back, because then, yeah, now even with very few girls, it's a dead core. I threw the med kits just to burn the last 15 GBE that I had, because I couldn't afford anything else. And that's pretty much how you go left to clear and solo a ribbon cable. And thanks for watching.